In meadows fair and bright, don't stay out through the night. New to this world you were brought, whilst warriors' glory you sought. In forests dark and wild, the ore and cores you find. A trader sells you goods for gold, until the wooden head you hold. To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. Will you prevail? Set your sail, as Valkyries you awaken. A place to live and thrive, a bed and hearth you built. And should you fall, you will arrive home with skill home spirit. Through slush and slog you wander, the undead bar your way. With toil and burden and banter, you'll find what points your way. To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. Will you prevail? Set your sail, as Valkyries you awaken. Steep and frosty mountains, where wolves howl and dwell. A mother rains both sky and land, tears will help you stand. In heated sunburned landscapes, the laughing goblins live. The furry oxen can't escape, and a torn soul rest you give. To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. Will you prevail? Set your sail, as Valkyries you awaken. Misty glades and valleys deep, the mighty Jarls reside. The Thurgood there have lost their homes to the minions of the Queen of Pride. The journey goes on to where we don't know. Oh, Father, can you see me fight on? Will the journey end with the last demon slain, or will we be sailing again? To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. Will you prevail? Set your sail, as Valkyries you awaken.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bliss. I muted my microphone so you don't get the music via the microphone, and well, yeah, I unmuted my microphone. Welcome everybody. King under the mountain, welcome in. Bliss, I see you have your coffee and I hope you are ready for some no map action today. We stopped last time night. We have to go sleep like we always do in the beginning. Man, professional streamer that I am. I just muted my microphone so you don't get the music via the desktop and the microphone. And then forgot to unmute myself. How fantastic is that? There we go. Okay, it is morning. We have a no map ramp. That one does look a little not so good. Let's pet him. Oh, poor dear. So, let's get ourselves acquainted with where we were, what we did. We live on this island here. And in the last episode, we defeated the Elder. And now we have to go to the swamp. And we have the marker here. We sailed close by here, so we got that marker there. And we have a portal here. Somewhere here in this range. So I think we're gonna get another portal and run across here to enter this swamp to get to the witch. That would be the sensible thing to do. Yeah, King Under the Mountain. For sure, it won't be the last time. Because I am what I am, a forgetful gamer. So we have made poison resistance meat. And we already have some health meat. So we have a little bit of protection there. Why do I have a pine cone in my pocket? We do have a portal here. That is good. Where do the seeds go? Question mark, question mark. I don't know. Do I have a seed puck? Yeah, there. There we go. Put that here. Okay, we've got a swamp key. We've got a portal. We have a #1 portal, and there is written on the wall, #1 is north of a biggish swamp. So that is our pocket portal. That is the spawn portal. And that one is #1. That is where we want to go, but first we need to start that all again, because I want that running while I'm not at home, and probably we should be eating something for health reasons. So let's see. Okay, we do not have a lot here, but we can put more coal into that one. We have a little bit to be smelted here, but not a big deal. And let's get that copper into our box in the house while our health ticks upwards. Also, I probably want to do some decorating around the house. Ah, look at that. Now he's happy again. We probably have to get a little bit more of that. But for now, let's go through the #1 portal and see what's going on over there. Wait, that was the wrong portal, friends. Just identified where the #1 was and then went through the wrong portal. That one is the right one. What we want to be getting done is get us some Here, that is the north of that biggish swamp, so that is around here-ish. We're gonna run in that direction then, and we're gonna have the hammer out, and ooh, we can use that as a pointer. Stylish pointer to where we need to go. There we go. Hopefully not lose the way. Try to go in a somewhat straight line over there. Oh well, we should use the weapons and not the... Can you come back? Thank you. The weapon and not the hammer, that would help. Okay, in that direction we need to go. Zoom out a little bit so we can see what's coming at us. Try not to get turned around. I keep glancing to the spot where the minimap would be if there was a minimap. But there ain't no minimap. More towards that direction there somehow. Give me that. I can use all of that. You never have enough leather scraps anyway in that game. Okay, that is where we started our journey over to that side. So that swamp should be behind those trees there, if I'm not completely mistaken. Oh, I do love those bear paws. But I don't need the resin. And there we go. Swamp. For starters, I think we're gonna go the careful route and put our portal up here for having an escape route or comeback route if we should be dying. Connect. Thank you. And then we go slow. I do like the no map situation. It is some extra clues, some extra trying not to get lost. And we have some unfriendly skeletons here. And we want to get us some of that fine ancient bark here as up. Because we want to have a bonfire, so we're gonna raise a ruckus and get some of that wood. I have found the bonfires to be very helpful in the swamp. So I always make a point to get some ancient bark first. Hello Moti, welcome back. I hope you have a wonderful day. We have fantastic swamp weather here. Just the usual. Okay. We should have just enough. Oh, look at that. We have some friends here. I might want to try and shoot those first. Are they running away? What is that going on there? I'm not that menacing. You go poison somebody else, please. Now, where are they? And why did they run away? They will be back to haunt us eventually. Okay. Most strange. I think we're gonna go home real quick, get a certain core, pine wood, core wood, and some wood to light the fire with. Because we have a bunch of that already. I do hope I will have an amazing stream too, after a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning where I forgot to unmute my microphone. Oh, we had already. Look at that. Forget what I have been doing in the last episode. So, that needs to go in here. That needs to go in here. We need that wood. Where is the bones? We don't have to carry around that here. We can leave that here for now. The ground is shaking. Well, fantastic. I hope the ground is shaking elsewhere and not on our lands. We did spawn-proof everything here. Let's see. Ah, look at that. Spawn-proofing proves to be spawn-proofed. Oh, that one here got destroyed. That is not good. But no troll showing up to ruin our hard work here. None at all. The shaking begins to fade. I like that. That worked out fabulously. Ha! Okay, we have proof that our spawn proof is proven. Okay, we need a settling core. One of those. Yeah, spawn proving is a fantastic opportunity to not get your base smashed into by any mobs. And I try to make a point to live on an island and spawn proof the heck out of that thing. So we get the benefit of living in peace. Okay, now, so we have the pocket portal up. Now we can take that with and see about reaching the witch. Let's hope we don't get killed without a portal down. Well, we have always the #1 portal, which is on the same continent, so we will not have a big problem if we get killed, but the skill loss, so we try to avoid that. So the witch is a little bit in here. I'm not gonna throw my spear at anything here because of, oh, why we have the wrong, because that will cause a lot of noise. I'm just gonna go shoot the stuff here. Is that an A-bomb? No, it's only... Not feeling that confident here. Just don't want to... Oh, friendly skeleton here. Fighting stuff will make enough noise. Oh, I see the first script there, which is very good. Can I get over that, please? Very nice. There is quite some crypts in this swamp. There is a second one over there and a third one right over there. That is very, very nice. I like that. I think we're gonna do something about that spawner there. I can hear that guy. Okay, now let's try and get rid of that spawner here. I don't want to get Draugr Elite in my back if I can avoid it. Usually, normally, with a map, I would leave a mark on the map where all of those crypts are, but we don't have that luxury. The coverage distance of each workbench, if I remember correctly, is a radius of 20 meters. And you can check if you're in the range of a workbench by using another building piece like, say, palisade wall piece to see where the white lines of the workbench appear on the ground, and then you place the next one just inside of the white lines you had already. And with that you can make it cover the whole area and have no holes in your spawn proving, and that helps greatly. Because if everything is covered by workbench area, nothing can spawn there. But it only works real good on an island. Because if you were in the middle of the land, you would have to spawn proof like a real big area. You know the red circle that is on the map when you have a raid? You have to cover at least that and then a little bit outside of that. So that is quite some area you have to cover there. Bones, oh, we don't need the bones. We're gonna take the chains and we will get enough of those. We don't need that. So I try to make a point to live on an island if I can, preferably a Black Forest island for their interest, and then spawn proof the heck out of that thing. So there is another of those spawner thingies. If we have to take them out one by one, we're gonna be at it until the edge of time. There is so many crypts in here. Look at that. That is fabulous. Now, could we find some turnips, please? And I would love to find Her Spookiness the Witch. She cannot be too far. I kind of want to shoot those guys because they will hurt if they... Oh, that's a start one. That one hurts too. We have to do something else here. Because that start one hurts real bad, as you can see. I have to do some zigzagging here as not to get hit by that. Shoot, that was a little risky business here. If that guy hits me again, we're gonna be very dead. Can I get up there? would be a good idea probably to eat something here. And recover a little bit, so I don't get one shot by that guy. And then I would prefer to somehow get up on that crypt here, if I can. Ow! That hurt. Shoot. Where is that shooty guy? Ah, there we go. Now I'm up here. And now we can hope for the best to be able to shoot that guy while he cannot do harm to us. Haha. There we go. Strategic. Strategic. It's getting dark here. I'd rather get my bonfire on the ground if I can. Missing requirement. What the frickin' why? I thought I... Didn't I pick... I'd rather have those skellies out of the way first here. Yeah, now that thing got me. Ow. I can't see nothing. And why don't I have that bonfire with me? I thought... Oh, there it is, man. I managed to place it. The things you do. Okay, let me out around here. I need to wait for some tick here. Okay, now we can talk about that. And now we can talk about that. Woof. Shoot. Now, let's get our pocket portal down again and let's get home ASAP, because it's getting quite late here. And we should be having a better ladder somewhere. There, that was the one we used to get up here. Needs to have one that is a little more accessible, like that. Shoot. Man, that was an adventure. Whew. But we have got some goodies. Where do we put the goodies? In with that. We got some chains. What? Man cannot discover new oceans unless he has the courage to lose sight of the shore. How fitting for a no-map run. So, there is that. And there is that. And that. And that. No turnips, no level 2 workbench. But we survived. And that is something in and of itself. Okay. Whew. Let's go sleep. Yeah, that did show above the Rockies. Rockies will speak some lines. And I think I read somewhere they do only speak once and then never again. So yeah, we got that very fitting phrase from that Rocky. They only speak one line, and there are a few. Another one I've read where I am a rock, I am an island, or something like that, as a reference to the Simon and Garfunkel song, I think. Yeah, I have seen them talk a few times. And why did I use the number 1 portal when I should have used the swamp portal? Man, the stupidness. Need that portal here. Okay, we survived that. I kind of want to leave that here, and I have completely lost the direction here. I don't know where we came from. Okay, that was the one we shot at. And then there is another archer over there. That was only a normal one. That one is dead. I have to do some reasoning here. There is the glitters. That means that direction is east. And when that is east, then that is north. And looking at our map, and we are here, somewhere here. If we go that direction, that would be the wrong direction. We should be going west. I hope. That would be my reasoning. You tell me if my reasoning is flawed. With that big bonfire burning here, we should be able to see that from a little bit of a distance. And let me have a look. That is east. Let me get my pointer. If that is east, then that is north. So we can find our way back here, because we go west, and then we should be able to find the way back, hopefully. Because we do want to find the witch. There is quite a lot of swamp here. Oh, there is an oozer over there. Just looking for my food. Yeah, I think we have to actually bring our portal. It seems to be much more of a distance than I have thought. Maybe we should shoot that here too. Just to make a point that we have been here. We take out those. We could leave a marker of some sort on those structures. This is gonna be fun. Exploring the swamp is quite difficult with a map. Not losing direction without being able to see the sun or the Yggdrasil route is gonna be a chore. And we are quite far still from the witch because I cannot see the dome of protection that is around her abode. And being wet does not help my stamina regen at all. There we go. Is there a box here? Oh yes. Ooh, another chain, and we found the wooden sledge. Nice. Okay. I think we're gonna have to bring all of that with us. It is too dangerous to get lost in the night in the swamp. Just make sure that we do not turn our build piece, or we will have no fun whatsoever. We do have everything. Okay, looks good. So, that one. So that is north, we want to go west. There is quite a lot of those spawners here. And if we keep taking them out, then we will have to do that all night long, or all day long. So try to circumvent without getting lost. That is where that oozer is. Can we outrun that thing? If you see a turnip seed that I overlook, please do holler. Because I am trying to detect where we need to go here. Okay, we are quite close to the swamp border here now. There is the end of the swamp, and I do think that the witch might be pretty close to the edge. Oh wow, I did not see that guy there. There, is that turnips there? The yellow glow there? Nah. Another spawner. Another drogger. If you go too close to those, they will spawn some funny things for you. I think if we're gonna cruise the outside a little bit, there was that guy. We will have to cook something when we get home. Oh man, more Draugr. They have not yet realized we are here. Man? Where's the second one? There was another one. Right there. Man. There. Oh, is it there? Yes, there it is. Okay, we made it. We found the witch there. That is the first. And we found turnips. Yes, sir. We have to lose that. We don't need that. Give me the turnip seeds. Ah, okay. That is very good. We have to take out all of those spawners all around here. Look at that. One to each side. And then there is a lot of crypts. There is more crypts there. There's one here, one behind that. That is gonna cost some arrows, but I don't want to try and fight all the stuff that spawns there in my bear armor. Hello, new Antaresh. I don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry if I butchered your name. Welcome in. Good day, George. I hope you have a fantastic day. Gonna go home and get us some more arrows. There's another box there, which is fab, because more chains for us, hopefully. Damn. What? I keep clicking the right mouse button. What is going on with my fingers today? Shoot that finewood bow. I do want a huntsman bow. Okay, I think we can deal with that skeleton spawner without shooting that thing. Good. More monies and more arrows. Can't pick it up because full. We're gonna put our portal down right here. That is a good place to put down a portal. Don't turn the stuff, you will lose your direction. There we go. And a bonfire. Maybe here. There. Now we should be able to pick that up. Practice weapon. Yes, we found the sledge 2 times in a row. Like, we have 2 sledges now. Okay, let's see. We have some monies. I'm not sure how rich we are, but we are in possession of at least a little bit of money. Do we have a box where we can put those practice weapons for safekeeping? Yeah. In with the boat for now. We will have to build us some sort of a storage facility for that, and there should be some money somewhere. Where did I put the money? Behind my bed? Yes, so that is the money we owe. Oh, there is more in here. And the fish. Okay, let's get that stuff in here. Nah, not that. That. So more arrows, and that is all the money we have, truly. We're so poor. That is not a lot of stuff. Well, we spend a lot of money. Oh wait, we might have left a lot of money at Haldor's place. Let me go see Haldor and check the box there, because I think... Is there another Haldor portal somewhere? Why is that hanging in midair? Funny. That does not connect. Because there is no Haldor portal. We named that Elder and we ran to Haldor from the Elder. Brains, you know, brains. Bang, there is Haldor. And there should be a box here. That is empty. Okay, then there is Hildir. Did we leave money at Hildir's? If you are referencing me calling it a practice with an S instead of a practice with a C, let me educate you, King Under the Mountain. Practice is the verb, to practice, and practice with an S is the noun. At least in British English. I don't know what Americans do in this case, but we had that discussion the other day on the Valheim Discord, and the guy correcting me went to ask his wife, who is a teacher, and then said he stood corrected because it is, like I said. The one is the noun and the other is the verb. I get corrected for that a lot, but it's not wrong. Okay, we planted the turnip seeds. We have to put that. Where is that? That in here. Yeah, that's the Lieutenant Commander Data. That was another guy who tried to correct me for that. And he is still wrong. It is not like that. But yeah, I let it slide because I get corrected all the time for that. And yeah, I'm not here to educate people about English spelling. Would be strange if I did. So that is only 10 in here. That is not helping anything. That is only 7. I'm a little bit confused now what to do. That was the number 1 portal. We're gonna leave that at number 1. No, wait. We're gonna go see Hildir. See if we have some money in that box there. Yeah, it would be a Übungswaffe. Practice weapon. Übungswaffe in German. Okay, let's see. Do we have money here? No. Okay. It is a fact we are poor. We are very poor. So, we have to do one of those scripts first to get us some money because we cannot buy anything because we are poor. That's the fact. But I think we do have to be doing some cooking because that is the only food left. Well, that is as good as the cooked bear meat, but we are running low on Queen's Jam. So let's do a little bit of Queen's Jam at least, so we don't run out of munchies. And then I think we're gonna get us some more wood and try to do some more funny things here. I said in the last episode I think it would be a good idea to put a roof over that walkway here because it will decay in the rain. Try to get started on that a little bit. We need some core wood for that. See if we can make that work at least. Gonna have that a little higher, I think. something like that. And then halfway here. Ha! That is gonna be fun to make that work. We shall see how that works. So that is the straight in here. So that is the little... Huh. How are we gonna do that? So if we put that underneath here instead of there, at least that could make that work. Then we have the strangest gap here that we could probably close by making it neither that way nor that way. Woo, we're gonna have fun here, friends. That is gonna be the most funny roof I have ever built. Well, a little piratey here, huh? That is not cool. Well, it is a railing. How to put a roof on that is another question. We gonna be trying. Wait, if we came out from here, we can just put that on the lower rung here, and then we should be able to get that in the right direction, like so. I'm not sure what I'm doing here, and I can't see what I'm doing either. Well, we're gonna go sleep and check what we did there in the morrow when there is light. Repair my hammer. And we're gonna have a short break here for me to drink something, because if I don't drink, you will hear me coughing. So we're gonna have a short break. Gonna be right back with you. Gonna give you some music.
In meadows fair and bright, don't stay out through the night. New to this world you were brought, whilst warriors' glory you sought. In forest dark and wild, the ore and cores you find. A trader sells you goods for gold, till the wooden head you hold. To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. Where you prevail, set your sail, as Valkyries you awaken. A place to live and thrive, a bed and hearth you built and built. And should you fall, you will ride the cold steel post built. Through slush and slog you wander, the undead bar your way. With toil and burden banter, you'll find what points your way. To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. sail as Valkyries you awaken. Steep and frosty mountains where wolves howl and dwell. Another rains both sky and land. Tears will help you stand. The heated sunburned landscapes, the laughing goblins live. The furry oxen can't escape, and a torn soul rest you give.
Ooh, now I'm feeling better. Let's get back to the stream. Let's turn off the music so you can hear me and get back to the stream. Continue, please. Pick up and sleep. No, sleep. Okay. We have to pick up another portal. We're gonna leave that portal where it is and call it Witch. So we have a means to get back there and buy things. Trader portals are most important in no map runs. So we need another 2. Good thing we have a lot of circling cores. Where is my fine wood? And we did a lot of fine wood gathering. We also need to get back to the spawn and get run on those oak trees that are still there. And I want some extra because we need to lit the fire. I think we are good for now. We have the meat. We have some food. I might want to... Well, we should be good with that, I think. So we rename that portal there Witch. Just to make sure we have a way back here. Witch. Once we acquire some monies. So, and then let's see, we turned around all of that. Where is miscellaneous? That one. And the witch is here. Where is the glitteries? The glitteries show east. The glitteries are in that direction. Is that correct? I think. So that is east. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is north. Oh, thank you, Bliss, for reminding the people to like. You would really, really, really do me a favor if you did, because it is helping the algorithm to find my stuff, and that would be helpful. Okay, we're gonna go... Which of those crypts we gonna start with? There are more than one, and there is more and just a little bit of spawners around here. We did not bring more arrows, but we found some. So I think we can take out... There is oozes everywhere. We can take out that spawner too here. Maybe there is a box with some arrows too. I would like to find an A-bomb because better armor. But so far, no luck. But we found the witch. Don't be ungrateful. You got turnips, you got the witch. We're gonna get an A-bomb eventually. First one. Where is the other one? Need a clear line of sight to shoot that thing. It's right on the other side there, too. Now that blob decided it wanted to play with us. Come here. Oh well. Did you know, in case you didn't know, those oozers can only attack you when they are facing you. So if you run around them, they cannot attack you. That is what I'm doing there. Trying to get on the back side of them so I can hit them in the back and they cannot attack me. That is the spiel here. I have to bear in mind that there is a big oozer over there. That is kind of getting those evil bone piles out of the way here. Ooh, monies. I'm gonna have to leave that here for now because we don't have space in the pocket because we have to install our portal first. Can also use those blood bags here. More leeches in here? No? Okay. Just to be extra sure, look at that, there is another crypt over there. And we saw quite some crypts while we were running towards the witch, so there is rich pickings in that swamp. I think we're gonna be using poison potion here. Ah, that did not work. Good thing I get me that poison potion before I try to attack that one. Those oozers are a menace. So, now we've got the first crypt here we want to empty out. Let's get everything in order here. I do want that crafting bench to the side here, and I do want a ladder to get up top in case of emergencies, but we do want the portal, actually the box and the portal down here to make it easier to get through the portal while encumbered. There we have the first scrap iron. Now we can get that stuff. Nice. We do have the swamp key, yes, so we do light the fire. And let's put all of that in here for now. I do have the stack breaker, very good. It's only a level 1, so that will be quite some doing here. That is not the best of all crypts because stone here, niche here, do only that way. Okay, maybe it opens out. Thank you for that, Bliss. I always try to play with the game and not against the game. That helps a great deal. If you know how the game works, you can take advantage of that. Is there somebody in there? Most likely yes, but I cannot. Ooh, there's a bowman there trying to shoot us. See, with that level 1, that is quite a chore to kill the Draugr. Dooby-doo-doo. Oh, an elite. Cross your fingers, friends, because we do want the Draugr elite trophy. to get the sledgehammer. And if we got it right in the first script, that would be most fabulous of all. Another one, do. Yeah, I need that. And a blob. Everybody and your mother here. I think they came out of that little bit of a swimming place there. You dead. Can't get through here, but if I take that away, we might open ourselves up to nonsense. That is tragic. Now I'm through here. Riches, riches. Well, that would be fab if that would work like that, but afraid it won't. Oh, that is only one that does not shoot. Oh, there is a one that does shoot, but we might be just able. We are not bulletproof here. We do not have a root vest, so that shooter is closer to this side. I do hope we get I do hope we get a better map at some point for the practice runs. Yeah, I'm only streaming that one, playing that one on the stream. Like previously I did stream a run on Twitch alone, and then I decided, nah, let's do a run on YouTube and on Twitch at the same time. And that is now that Call to Arms run. And so I have the Comfy Cozy Completionist. Ooh, look at that, so much iron, very cool. We have to get all of that out here so we can carry that out. I have the Comfy Cozy Completionist run going as recordings go, and that will come out twice a week as per usual. And then I will, of course, maybe we don't need that in here. Let's get that in here. We're gonna get a lot more of that, and we are not needing that urgently. Something like that for now. How heavy is that stuff? That is not heavy, okay. And then I am right now talking with another streamer, YouTuber. She's called Melina. You might probably know her. That we want to do some sort of collab, play together in a game. We have not figured out yet what exactly and how we want to do that and what exactly we want to do, but something is in the making there. And then there is also a series, King Under the Mountain, and I have started with visiting each other. The first one of those was I was visiting King Under the Mountain in his world, and we're gonna record another session where he comes to visit me, and that one is gonna be a little bit special because it's gonna be a world nobody has ever seen. It is my private forever world. I'm gonna be showing the world that I'm playing all by my lonesome self, just for funsies. So if you are interested in seeing more base building by me, that could be an interesting episode. And yeah, that is coming up next week, I think, given that nobody of us falls sick. Yeah, so Enshrouded, I have played Enshrouded Bliss, and I think it's a nice game. The only thing that bugs me about Enshrouded is it's always the same map. You have the same quests in the same places on the same map. It looks fantastically beautiful. It is, the building system is very elaborate. Maybe too elaborate for this old brain. I have big trouble building something in Enshrouded. Yeah, I lost interest real quick because it's the same map always. What might be happening at some point? Oh look, we got a bone mass rune here. I moved my let me do that again. Moved my mouse. Okay. It's in that direction, so we should be turning our building piece to that direction. That is the way we will find bone mass. Let me get outside real quick and establish that outside. Let me switch to a real build piece. Ah, that is stupidness. So that one here is not useful for marking anything, because I cannot build that without fine wood. I won't schlep around fine wood for that. But now we can establish that that's that direction. We need to have some wood and get that on here, so we know in that direction that will be bone mass. The witch is here, and we know that beyond that is the ocean. We are somewhat northish of the witch. So that points, we are here somewhere, I think. That would point either to, there seems to be some swamp here too. If that would be a big swamp here, that could mean bone mass is somewhere here. Interesting. Why is that out? Because we have fire hazards on, and we have fertilized ground here now. Okay, we learned something. We learned a lot here. We have to get back in there, do some more hacking. For me to play Enshrouded and be good at building in Enshrouded, I would have to play Enshrouded for quite a long time to learn that building system. So maybe we gonna be playing at some point Return to Moria. I have played a little bit of Return to Moria just to see what's it like. And I loved what it is. So probably we are going to play. Oh, look at all of that. There is so much in here. We need to get all of that out of here. There is monies. I don't have room in inventory anymore. We have to get all of that home. Make you dizzy by traveling all over the map. I don't think that's gonna be an issue. Wait, we're gonna do that differently. We're gonna do something like that. Get all the monies here and get that over to Her Naughtiness the Witch. Where did we leave that portal? That is over there, yes. There is a box where we, not that, where we can leave all of that here. And then look at that. That tends to go out all the time because it's spending time burning the ground and then it loses there. And now we can take that all home. Not that, but that. It's getting late anyways. So. Dooby-doo-doo-doo, we gonna have iron soon, friends. We gonna have iron soon. That means better weapons. We have to make more coal. That is a lot of iron here. Gonna get that stuff back in the house real quick and then gonna start smeltering things here, I think. That is food stuff. And where is the mushrooms? There. Okay, we're gonna pick up another one of those just to be very sure that we don't run out of that. Gonna repair all of that. And let's get that smeltering process going here. There is a little bit going on here. Okay, Neo, thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a little bit of fun. Have a good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is in your corner of the world. Thank you for stopping by, and bye-bye. First iron going. Yes, sir. We're getting somewhere here. So, let's get to bed. We should have used the cartography table to update our map. And we should check our building piece and get it due north with our Santa way sign there, just to be sure that my reasoning was sound and we do have north is that way. Just want to check that against the marker we got from that bone mass rune. What is that? Boar meat that fell out of the window. Okay, well, the things. We have so much boar meat. So now we're gonna eat that and take that with us, so we have some food there. And we're gonna go back into that crypt. It is lit. It is still lit. We can hope. Okay, let's see. That is north. And the witch is there. To the south of the swamp. And that is the north of the swamp. We are on the easterly side of the witch. And that thing points past the witch. So, map. We are on the east side, somewhere here. Somewhere here. And it points past the witch in a southwesterly direction. Southwest, so that would be the trajectory here. Well, we shall see what we will make of that. There is still more stuff in here that we have not yet taken out because that thing here has so much stuff in. Look at all of that ancient bark here. That should be enough ancient bark for us for a good long while. Okay, let's get that in here, and then we see what's beyond that last bit to that side here. And now we have the fire buff in here because that bonfire is still lit. I come to think that maybe the bonfire will not be as useful in the swamp in this run as it has been in other runs because of the fire hazard. It's gonna be going out more often than not. It might have gone out again. Don't have the fire buff anymore. Is that something to be swimming? Is there something nasty beyond that? No? Just yellow mushrooms, we don't need them. I can hear evil bone pile beyond some of those here. Oh look, that is rich pickings. I thought that would be a nasty crypt because it had only one passageway. But we have found so much iron in those boxes. Let me just drop that off here so I can carry more. So one of those holds an evil body pile. Just not sure which one. We're gonna have to plan for a little more wood. If that fire keeps going out, we have to feed the fire more often. Is that in here? And kinda cannot see. Yeah, I think it's in here. I still can hear it, but I don't think it's on this side. Can I see something here? No. Let's try and poke a hole in that one too. Just so we can see. If there is an even body pile, I will bore you to death by killing stuff until we get that much needed trophy. I can't hear the flies over on this side. Can I shoot that guy here? Not really. Wow, he managed to come out here. Oh, it is on this side here. But that is sketchier. I don't like that. It could be very dangerous. Because if they can climb over that thing, even more. Look at that. So many goodies in that. Is there still? Oh, look. There are two. There is another one on this side too. There is Drug Elite there. And there is another bowman there too. I have seen that there is one 7. Let's see. There is more than just that one. There is 2. Now the light is out, I think. That one is a little bit too far in the way here. Can we now see? Yeah. Now they are dead. Now let's see. Just a Draugr trophy, no Draugr Elite trophy. That's a pity. I think next up is go to the spawn and harvest those oak trees. Get more wood for the kilns so we can smelter all of that iron we gathered here. Can't pick that up. I don't have space in my pocket anymore. There is another way through there. That might just lead... No, that is probably not that same place here. Did we look in that box? Yes, we did. Okay, I think... Gonna clean up a little bit here. I have 5 minutes of rested left. I think what we're gonna be doing for that swamp nonsense here, we're gonna be getting us the hoe and put some paths through that nonsense so we can orient ourselves a little bit better. That's that. Okay, I think Gonna get all of that home real quick. See about our building process at home. And I cannot even carry all of that stuff. Got so much. We don't need that. We take that. Something. We need to bring more wood. That is for sure. Ooh. Made it through the portal and that was about it. Look at all of that ancient bark. Some more chains. That's 20 chains already, just from that little bit we did in that swamp there. How far along are our turnips? Let me go see. 24 minutes. In case you wonder why I have those numbers there, it's because I have the Plant Everything mod going for this playthrough. So we're gonna take that outside and put that in the kiln to make more charcoal. Wow, first iron. Special moment always. And then we have to get that back to the smeltering place. We have to rename that one. This village here is called Dark Ward. And our old place should have another name too. But for now, give me some more wood. Because I do want that walkway across here. I don't know for sure how that is gonna work out, but we're gonna try our best to make that work somehow. So now if we turn that like that, we can go across here and then turn that once, get to here and then turn that once again and get to this side. Well, it sounds like a plan for the moment. How we do that, connect that then there, we don't know, but we gonna roll with that for now. There we are again, creative roof building with Anna. So, and then if we snap that to that, hi Paleo. Yeah, kind of getting somewhere here. Not sure where we are getting, but we are trying our best. Out of wood, need more wood. Gonna decorate that in the end with pretty lights and all of that to make it look nice. For now, we want a roof to prevent that nastiness. Well, let's see. It should be good. It should not come into our house, I think, because it is quite low here. Should go into the ground under our house, hopefully. That one looks strange. Wait, let me try and see that from above. So that goes here, and now I can stand on that. That makes things easier too. And then we have to think up something here. Something like that. Well, that here could be tricky. Well, I don't know. It's not the worst. I don't hate it completely. I have seen me and myself building things that way were way worse than that. And you have seen that too. I don't like how that looks here, really. But what if we snap that like that? It's not much better. I think that is better than the previous attempt. It is a style. Well, let's call it a style. I think it will look a little bit better if the face is a little bit trimmed up. Well, I have built worse. It's okay-ish. We do need a little bit of a stair here, because we will get stuck under that if we don't. And we're gonna have that workbench come like that. Yeah, well, I think if we're gonna do some more trimming here and get a little bit of decoration going, it will not be worse. We have seen worse. Somewhat. Okay. The kiln is done. We can fire up the smelters. And we need a little bit more wood here. There should be more there. That is another load of coal. And 30. Yes, sir. Everything is well. Okay, we have been at it for 1 hour and 40 minutes. I'm parched. I need to drink. We're gonna put a little bit more wood into our pockets here, because we need that bonfire. And we're gonna have another short break here. I'm gonna be right back with you.
In meadows fair and bright, don't stay out through the night. New to this world you were brought, whilst warriors' glory you sought. In forest dark and wild, the ore and cores you find. A trader sells you goods for gold, till the wooden head you hold. To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. Will you prevail? Set your sail, as Valkyries you awaken. A place to live and thrive, a bed and hearth you built. And should you fall, you will ride the conquered skill of spills. Through slush and slog you wander, the undead bar your way. With toil and burden banter, you'll find what points your way. To the 10th world you were taken, to slay all the forsaken. Will you prevail? Set your sail, as Valkyries you awaken. Steep and frosty mountains, where wolves howl and dwell. A mother rains both sky and land, her tears will help you stand. In heated sunburned landscapes, the laughing goblins live. Furry oxen can't escape, and a torn soul rest you give. To the 10th world you were taken.
Okay, I'm back. Feeling a little bit better, having drunk something. There we go. So, let's sleep. And then we will jump over to the swamp, to the spawn, harvest the oak trees we've planted there. And then our turnips might be ready by the time we return from that endeavor. And we can fill up our smelter again. We have perfectly terrible weather here. So let's put that in here for now and get that. Gonna bring back more wood from that journey to the spawn, and then we can fill up the kilns again. And then we can make all the extensions. First things first, where's spawn? That is set to Hildiers. Let's name that spawn for now, so we can get the wood from there. Because I want the acorns and then plant all of the acorns in our wood farm on the northern island. We planted a lot of oak trees here, I thought. Oh, over there. Fantastic weather and we take those because we will need them. Wrong. Need that one. Okay. More acorns. Nice. Also, I think we still lack luck. Miss one. Whoa! Stop it. We still need one more bear trophy. So we're gonna have to do some dark foresting to get that missing bear trophy. There's another acorn there. And there is another boar there. Can never have too many leather scraps in this game. So I think that is the last of the oaks we planted here. That is 7 more acorns to be planted over in our forest. Kind of want to find a settling spawner in that swamp. That would be fab. Because I estimate that we're gonna be needing a heck ton of portals. So more settling cores are more better. Okay, we can't carry all of it. Let's get all of that to the portal. While we're here, we can collect those too. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's get that home and then we go to the wood farm, get some more wood. We're gonna be needing a lot of wood to smelter all of that stuff. Gonna get that. And I think we are running low on space in our house. So I think we're gonna be doing some fine wood stacks outside here. And that goes in here, and that goes in here. That is not a lot. Yeah, it fit. It fit. Okay, good. Feathers, where's the feathers? And that's the seeds. And then we've got that and that. Yeah, we are nearly there. Let's get some more wood from over there and let's check on our workbenches here. Oh, look, we have stacks of wood around here. And no broken workbench here. Nor there. What's with the ones over here? Now look at that beastie here. Where did that guy spawn? Okay, I think we're gonna take those stacks home first. That will take 2 runs. Something is not good here, because there is things spawning here. I think we're gonna have another workbench somewhere here. Probably right there. That one covers a lot of that, but I think we missed one here. Just to be sure. Okay, so how much? Let's get the kilns going. Got everything here, yes, okay. That goes here, and that goes there, and that goes here, and that goes there. We do need a storage facility somewhere where we can put the extras. And I think we're gonna use those 50 to protect some of the workbenches out here at the waterline, because those are most susceptible to getting destroyed by something. And we don't want to lose our spawn proving. I don't want some big old hunk of a troll getting at our beautiful base. Gonna have to do a lot more wood hewing. See, with that build piece on my hammer, I can now see the white outline where the workbench is protecting. And if I go over here, then you can see, yeah, you cannot really see it good. Over there you can see it a little bit. That is the protection radius from that workbench. You cannot see it very good in the water, but it's there, outside there. See? And it comes to here. And everything beyond that is not protected. And that is quite far from my base, if you can see that. So that is how I do that spawn proofing. And those here, that one here is a little susceptible because it's the frontier, so to speak. That is not right, sitting right. We have to have that a little bit more centered here. And the ones that are at the furthermost outline are the most susceptible to damage. So that are the ones that I try to protect with a little housing. Because if they fail, then the outline will come closer and closer to our base, and that can prove a problem in the end. So, need more wood. That one is not right. Come here, you nuisance. And that one here I want protected too. Now how to do that? There. Okay, and then maybe we have to do something on that little island over there, protecting wise. For now, I think we are good with that. We do need more core wood, I think. We are a little short on core wood. So I guess, we have to go to the forest anyways to get us that missing bear trophy. So probably, is there something in here? Yeah, just the seeds, and there is berries, mushrooms here. Nice. That one is a little susceptible. That one looks a little disheveled here. We have to be a little bit... Oh, fantastic. Now I dropped my spear into the water. Thank you very much. Okay. Oh, I missed some spots repairing that in the night when I could not see. Why can't I? There, thank you. Now I got everything. So. Yeah, we have only that one bear trophy. Is there more bear trophies somewhere else? I don't think so. So we do need more bear trophies, so that's for sure. Or is it in here? There is another one here. So, another one to hang on the wall and another one for the trinket. We need one more for the trinket. Feathers, more resin, mushrooms. Where's the mushrooms? There. Seeds. Now our turnips should be ready. Wait, we need that thingy here. Oh, it's still jack-o'-lantern time, but I am afraid that that will take too long for this stream to be happening. There we go. Because those take 1 hour and 9 minutes, and that is about... How late is it? Yeah, we have half an hour to be playing because it is a work day. Okay, we can now think about our first base. That needs a different name because I want that to be the target of the portal and not the other way around. And we called this place Dark Watch. And now we need an idea for the meadows place where we first lived, how we should call that. Is there any ideas in your heads, dear chat? We're gonna jump over there and see how it looks like. Maybe I have an inspiration when I see it. Okay, I have an inspiration. Teldrassil. Teldrassil. Okay. Has that a special meaning? Can you elaborate a little bit, George? Teldrassil. There we go. Gonna rename that Teldrassil. Teldrassil with 2 S. Okay, we have to have a sign so I don't forget. We officially renamed our first base now. There we go. And we're gonna write that on the wall because I will forget. It's an area from another game, World of Warcraft. Oh, I see. I never played World of Warcraft, so that is why I never knew. Teldrassil. There we go. I have written it down because if I'm renaming portals, I will forget. And sometimes I can't remember if I named that altar or if I named that spawn or start or whatever. I have to take that one down because it was hanging in midair and that is giving me the gibbers. So gonna put that. Which way is the right way? I cannot even. No, friends, no, that was not what I wanted to do. I cannot see what I'm doing. We're in the swamp now. Thank you. I have to find out which way around or I have to redo that again. That is the front. Okay, so we're gonna put that here and put the number 1 on that. So we have the way back to our first base and that is the number 1. We will have that active for as long as we are in that swamp, and that is a spawn, which is cool too. But we could rename that one witch, so we have another safety net there should we find find a problem in the swamp that we cannot conquer. That is still working, and we're gonna go sleep. Next time, when we play next Tuesday, we will have turnips. And then things will get better. Things will get better. So, we need to bring a little bit more wood to the swamp for that stupid bonfire that keeps going out. We don't have to urgently bring the swamp key. Why is that like that? I don't know. We have not a lot of arrows. I think we're gonna be making some arrows. Because running out of arrows is not a good idea. Pling! Got extra. So that can stay here, and then that. We had a lot of arrows in here. Oh well. We don't have to lug around those though. Can spare that for a different location, for different occasion. Need a little bit more inventory space. We don't need to carry around a complete household. And it is still sunrise. Before we go to the swamp, I think we're gonna be getting some of the extensions going, so we can make what we can make. Also, I wanted to put pillars, like those big pillars. I wanted to put them on all corners of our house. I have not done that. You should be eating something. There. So, now let's have a look at the extensions. We should make a stone cutter first thing. That is 2 of that and 4 stones. We're just gonna place it somewhere where we can make that sharpening stone. 5, I think, was required for a sharpening stone. Boom, there we go. And then we do have all the chains we can ever want to make the bellows. We're gonna take some of that. I'm not sure about what else we need. So we have the forge bellows to go here, and then we put... Oh, not enough wood. You put that sharpening stone here, and in case you wonder why I can place them so close together, it's the extension. It's the mod. The Infinity Hammer mod that allows me to place all of that things like that. So we have a level 6 workstation. Which one is missing? That one. Oh yeah, well, we need the iron. There we go. And then I think for the huntsman bow we do need feathers. Not sure about what else. Fine wood. Okay, we craft us a huntsman bow. And the ancient bark spear. What does that thing need of us? Trollhide and ancient bark and iron. We can have an ancient bark spear. Iron. Trollhide. I think that is enough. No room in inventory. Friends. Let's sort that a little bit. Craft. Very nice. We do not have more trollhide. One more. We can upgrade one time. Cool. And the iron buckler would be a fantastic addition. Let's craft that one. And we can upgrade that. And we can also upgrade the huntsman bow one time. Ha! Okay, we have gained a lot of power here. Happy with that. That needs to come with. That needs to stay here. That needs to go in there. Well, getting a smile from me for that name would have worked probably if I would have played Warcraft at some point in time, but I have not, and thus I don't know that name. But it sounds nice. It sounds a little bit like Elfish. I'm content with that name. It's just, I may not forget it. That would be tragic if I forgot. So, no, we need that. We can put that in here, and we can put that in here because we have the iron buckler, and we can put that in here. My teenage years, dear George, were spent in a complete different, how should I say, epoch. I'm born in the last millennium, and quite, yeah, when I was a teenager, there was no computer games. So, yeah. That is that. Okay, we need to replace that club with an iron mace, and we have not found a Draugr Elite trophy. Okay, we're gonna go back to that swamp crypt and get the remainder of the iron from there and what else we can pick up in there still. And then we have to get another one of those to have. There is still a lot of stuff left in here, so no shortage. And then we can also go to the witch and buy some ingredients, because we can make Ratatosk now. Is that a passageway? No. Dead end. Okay. And we have to go in here. There's another passageway there. This script was real rich pickings, and I was quite disappointed when I saw it first, because it had only that one mud pile in that passageway there, but never judge a book by the cover. There seems to be some blobbies going on over there. I heard some splashing. Maybe that was outside, I don't know. Okay, that is a dead end with nothing in here anymore. But that's okay. We gained so much from this. Was there something more here? I can't remember. Nah, that was only dead ends and we took everything from here. Okay, good here. So that was the first script. Get all of that jazz home. Stop. The iron has to go in here. Another 20. Well, we are iron rich here. That. And bones. We have not a single swamp trophy. Well, we have more than enough to summon the bone sack. A big ugly blob. Okay. Now what? I think we go exploring that swamp a little bit more. We're gonna pick up some more wood. There is no wood in here anymore, though. We used it all up. I do need more wood, though. There ain't no more wood. Okay. It's okay. We're gonna live with it. We're gonna pick some up on the way in the swamp. So, we're gonna transfer that over to the witch, I think, because I am a little bit afraid that we will forget that we had that here. What's that? Some more iron. Big problem there is how do we do that? Yeah, well, you need a crafting station to do that, girl. That is for sure. So, what if we put that here? So, we're gonna put that here and have that extended a little bit so we can see that there is something here. So So when we are at the witch, we should be able to see that and pick up that direction for bone mass that way again. I hope. Oh, I do like that huntsman bow. Because I want to explore that swamp a little more. We need a bomb, and if we had not marked that out, we would have forgotten where we found that direction. And I know for sure, by the next time we are playing, I have forgotten that we found it in that crypt. So, we want more iron, but also we do want to find an A-bomb. Urgently, I want to be arrow-proof, please. If we throw our newfound spear at that thing, we make a lot of noise that will attract others. I think we have been on this side already. I was thinking about shooting that when they showed up. Wait, 4, not 5. The huntsman bow should make things a little easier now. Because that thing does shoot way more straightforward. Is there something coming? Yes, it is. I kind of want that area here a little bit more peaceful. Because it's a nuisance if you have to constantly battle with everything here. There is another box in there. More things. No, I never tried the serpent shield, really, because I don't like the big shields. I always just work with the light shields and the light armor, the bucklers, that kind of stuff. I dislike the speed nerf you get if you carry that big shield. You get to be slower, and I don't like that very much. We don't need that. I do want that though. Yeah, that was that. And now it's getting late, and I think we need to go home. All the weapons that make you slower are the weapons I usually try to not use. Let's put that up here. Don't want to run around in the swamp with no food. I have to cook. And night spawns setting in. We also want to find a surtling spawner in here, and we want to, in the morrow, next time, get all of that stuff sold to the witch and get us some goodies from the witch. Never really use shields myself, but when it comes to pierce resistant, it's a good alternative option to the root harness. Yeah, that is true. It is. That is why I used the buckler, to have something protect me a little bit. Sometimes I even manage to parry with it. I need to be careful not to put away... I already put away half of my bonfire. Let's get that bonfire in this box here, so we don't long press that away. Bonfire. And then we do some... We don't have bear meat anymore, so we gonna go with some more... We do have bear meat. That is more convenient. Let's get that. Let's get that cooking. That is good. And then we do need some deer meat. We killed quite a lot of bears. We ate many of them too, and we still are lacking trophies to do. What's with the carrots? Yeah, we do have enough carrots, and we do have... Very good. Cook up some of that. And we can also... Let me have a look at the carrot soup. 25 minutes duration, 2 per tick. And the Queen's Jam, 40 and 20 minutes. I think the carrot soup is a little bit better. I think we're gonna go with some carrot soup when the Queen's Jam runs out. We do have that plenty, so... Okay, we are set for our next exploration with enough food to tide us over until the carrots and the turnips are ready. Need to do something about the carrots probably still. And then we put... No, that's the wrong one. Where did I... Wait. Things are getting sketchier. We will forget that for sure. Yeah. Okay, it's 5 minutes to 9 in my corner of the world. Let's have a look at our map, and then I think we have to end the stream here. The time is running fast in Valheim. Let's see. So yeah, I'm wondering. We came in here, went to see the shoreline, and then found the witch, and then went north. There is some crypts here. There is more crypts here. I kind of want to run that shoreline back to see what that is here. That's a chore for the next episode. And then also I'd like to know how far that swamp extends to the north. And I think this is plains here. So if we get a route west, we could make our way down here, see what that is here, and if there is some swamp here, or if we got the big problem that bone mass is somewhere here, because that is the trajectory, and that could also be here. So yeah, we can see if we can find another sunken crypt in that swamp to triangulate a little bit. If that one points like that way and that one points like that way too, then we can know that it is somewhere out here far away. But if that one here points like that way, then it would be somewhere here. So that is the idea that I have for the next episode. We got another of those peddlers. Let me delete that message. If you need to use a different chest armor. If I need to use a different chest armor, I hope I have enough good food to not be one shot anymore. So yeah, like the serpent scale shield has that little bit of a problem that I would need to be able to kill a serpent in a no map run where I don't know in which direction there is land to be had to drag that thing out of the water. The scales will sink if you shoot it in the middle of the ocean. If we get lucky, yeah. If we get lucky, we could make that, but I don't think. If we found a serpent here in the middle and I could not see where the shoreline is, that is pretty nasty to try and get that. And we would need to find some chitin first, because we need the harpoon to drag that thing out of the water. And that is another whole can of worms. We shall see where that goes. I think we have an idea what we're gonna be doing with the next episode. We need more iron, of course. You can't have enough iron in that game. That is sheer impossible to have more, not too much iron. So we're gonna do another sunken crypt somewhere here. We're gonna explore that swamp a little bit more, get us that A-bomb or 2 or 3 or 5. And then we're gonna go to this swamp here and see if we can find a bone mass rune and triangulate and see if we can get a direction here. Yeah, I did realize, and I'm sad because I do like that the look of that serpent shield for decorations on my walls. So yeah, but for now we're gonna save the game here and quit that. We're gonna go on with that game next Tuesday and see about if we can find out where bone mass is. We're gonna be having so much fun trying to find Yakluth and Mother. Oh my gosh, that is gonna be interesting if we can find Mother. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you come back to watch me struggle with no map again. And for now, I'm gonna bid you a good night. And we are going to be back with new shenanigans in the 10th world real soon. Bye!